this level of play is very, very hard to replicate in your own competitive games, because the sheer amount of coordination, the sheer amount of planning that you have to do in order to take down what is the world's best is gonna be a tough task. And with AAAd and Pirates knowing each other so well, we could see some really cinematic gameplay coming out here.
Burning T'Challa. Pirates, the last time they've lost a map in recent memory, I'd argue in 2026 as a whole, was here against AAAd back in MRC's championship games. Just a matter of seeing now how it plays out. Different bans this time. Gambit banned out for one side, and it's going to be the Mantis Loki on AAAd's end, the ban out against Pirates.
So it might really come down to the one-sided Gambit up against the Mantis Ultron. Unless Pirates do deem the Ultron to be that big of a threat to ban it out, I don't think that will be the case. Pirates are just gonna think about taking away the Loki. I would like the Loki ban from Pirates. We'll see what AAAd decide to go for. At this point, you just have to ban out anything that complements the Gambit, and Rogue is already a great option. Star-Lord also a better option too.
Yeah, we've seen at least Rocco play a fantastic Star-Lord so far. So won't have to contest against that at least just yet. Very curious to see what the duelist end will look like for Pirates end. Haven't quite seen it just yet.
Yeah, but it's a matter of what can you secure to complement this Gambit, right? You don't have the Loki. You now don't have the Star-Lord. Psylocke is still a good option on the side of Pirates, but right now AAAd are handling the ban draft really well. I wouldn't be surprised if AAAd invest their final ban on the Rogue to, at the very least, prevent that team up from happening.
I think that's a good idea. One less very dive-heavy Vanguard off the Pirates' plate that they can't use anymore. Elsa, Dave is going to be coming through at the very end. Something unusual. Final ban could very well be the Rogue. I wouldn't be too surprised about that. Invisible Woman banned out too against AAAd. It's not going to be good for them, but it looks like maybe a Daredevil?
Daredevil could be the final ban for AAAd to try to deny Vision play potential coming in for Pirates, and they will go through on it. So it's going to be a target ban onto Return, who has honestly looked really good on that Daredevil and has piloted him to perfection, because we talk about this from like time and time again, right? The most broken thing about Daredevil's kit is not the mobility, it's not the damage, it's his frickin' wall hacks that he's able to provide for the team, to provide so much information, and that just allows the dive cycle to just be sped up basically by double.
Hey, look, you want to talk about Dive Man? I see the Captain America, Katie is on the Rogue. We're moving away from the Angela and now going full ground, full dive, triple Vanguard setup. Oh, Return's going to go for the Vanpool. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we see the Return, quite literally, return back the Cap.
We'll see about that, but for now, Pirates, they do have access to the Jeff, which does mean that Pirates can also pilot the Venom and the Vanguard Deadpool. So it does provide Aztec all of the team ups to provide so much healing, to the point that Pirates can get away with a 2-strategist backline with Aztec on the Jeff. And now AAAd, though, they do have a triple strategist lineup with Windsger, Quasit, and Rocco all running strategists, but AAAd still have a respectable amount of damage, and also to help out Duba, Noselight, and Illicit in the dive as well.
Worth noting that the strats for Pirates have high mobility too. A lot of escape factors just in case someone like Nosebite gets an early backline potential. Oh, for the Captain America! Won't have to worry about that just yet though. Wingzer's the first to fall. Not a good start for AAAd. Katie is there on the other side to remove more of the front line. That's going to be a big Hydra severing. 2 of the 3 heads are gone. And everyone, not only Pirates, take the point, but they also win the initial fight. But we've seen this before, Dan. AAAd against Pirates don't win that first fight, but they usually win the second.
Yep, AAAd are looking to find that angle in at the current moment, because Pirates are taking up so much of that map space. And AAAd with limited areas to work with, they're still able to find a way to make it work. Aztec gets caught out, and that might signal AAAD's push on in because only Hoodie providing all the healing. Now he's gone. Pirates have no more healing. AAAD should win out this fight.
They should, but can they? Will they? They most certainly could. Let's see now. It's going to be a 1v1 once more. Tuba against Cadia. Cadia goes for the escape, wants to play for the rest of the team. Knowing full well Tuba's so out of position. That's good, though. Shield is down. Hide inside. Let someone else use it as a safety net, quite literally, but still. AAAd, they show no signs to get on point. They attempt to do so, and they finally show that life. Rocco and No Smite are there for their own too. Can Tuba still make history continue? The answer is yes. That's Cadia gone, and Pirates gonna force the tuck tail and give this point away.
Hey, it's still a good percentage to finish on, right? 63% already for Pirates. One retake should be enough to, at the very least, force out a Doctor Strange portal inside of AAAd. But for now, AAAD, they have the mission area to themselves. They just have to keep it at their grasp. AAAD, they have ultimates coming up at the ready. Pirates, though, they don't have much to work with, so they're going to have to go for the aggressive move here.
Oh, No Spy was seemingly in a very bad spot, right in the Piranha's Pond itself. Got to go to the escape, has the help of Jeff to go straight back in. Large drops is out, the Apex Predator's underway. Doesn't find a lot of value, though, but being hit in the face with what looks like the Deadpool's Banhammer, not really the place you want to be in either. It is a chaos of colors, a piece of the abyss. The Devil's out, by the way, and that's going to help out quite a bit to disengage Pirates. But there's also a Heartbreaker, getting rid of any other potential overcharges. Cadia there for the choke slam. Rocco's not long for this world.
Oh no!
The rest of Pirates going underway, and Pirates continue the streak going.
No Smite, I think, tried to use the Freedom Charge just to stall out on the point, to try to squeeze out a little more percentage points, but his ultimate gets eaten up. Pirates are able to shut down the Captain America before he becomes a problem. And with that key ultimate gone, you could argue AAAD probably should have saved the Freedom Charge for this next fight, because AAAD, look at their ultimate economy, is completely shot apart from Winsger.
They have one. It's just Winster's ult. Could be the gigantic Fox to come out and create that space. It needs to stun everybody on Pirates to find value. Everyone on Pirates could take a 1v6, it feels like. A flawless team, though, so far, has shown no signs of slowing down or stopping. Lessons have been learned so far and vital. My God, a double KO with Fun there to follow up. We do get the Feng Shui see White Fox's ult come through, and yeah, it's there. It's good. But unfortunately, that Fox is not long to be. Gets put down, unfortunately. Yeah, it's going to be 1vX City with Tuba the fall, and Pirates take the first point.
Great fight coming in from Pirates. Using the discipline to hold on to the Raging Royal Flush for the next round is perfect for Pirates. AAAD now investing in the Kumiho Unleashed now means that AAAD, yeah, look at their ultimate charges. No one is beyond that 50% mark. Pirates, they have Vital coming up with the Apex Predator, Hoodie coming up with the Raging Royal Flush, and we're going into a first fight on Warrior Falls. AAAD have no answer if Pirates pop that Royal Flush.
Is this an almost no duelist setup from AAAD? Rocco's normally on the Star Lord, he's banned out, but even like the Adam Warlock and Luna still feels like a far cry from the damage output that AAAD need to go up against someone like Pirates. They can't just rely on Illicit's Daredevil.
Yeah, it's going to be full defensive mode for AAAD. You've already got Winsger on the White Fox. Rocco thought about going to Luna Snow for the team up, but decides, no, I think the damage boost and the sleep should be enough to weather the aggression coming in from Pirates that surely will be predicted by AAAD, but can they weather it is a big question, because already half the team dangerously low, and two of them already out of the fight.
A kaleidoscope with the hands of the Raging Royal Flush definitely helps out Cadia. That was an early KO. Wings are not long for this world either. It's going to work out well. Just hunting down each of these players one by one. Cadia has been an unstoppable machine. Now forced to go onto the stagger. AAAD, they're going to have to tuck tail and wait. But at least Illicit's there for info gathering.
Yep, he knows where Pirates are setting up. Pirates now just have to go for the full court press. They know that AAAD's ultimates are still shot. And if Pirates are able to, again, make that aggressive move, they should be able to extend this mission area for themselves, as FunFun is threatening with the Piece of the Abyss, maybe even combo it with Aztec. But for now, Duba is able to get the opening pick onto Hoodie, so all the heals is left onto Aztec. Is he able to pick up the pieces here?
Once again, AAAd just feels so separated now. We've been seeing this again with so many teams on Warrior Falls, but it's so hard to take a group fight. There's so much elevation happening at once. And even then, it's Jeff eaten away, possibly thrown off stage. We'll have to see if the Jeff can even make it that far. Wazit has Devil available too. Will that be a possibility? The Daredevil unfortunately gets sucked down into the unknown, into the abyss, and directly onto the point itself. There is so much happening at once. It feels like every single player is taking a 1v1. And through it all, Pirates still reign supreme, Dan.
Yeah, but the issue is AAAd just never were together. It just felt like they were getting staggered every single fight. You could even say that while they were skirmishing on the mission area, AAAd never had a full squad of 6 members in that fight. There was always one person regrouping into the fight, but now they look to get that full regroup down finally. But with Pirates already at 80%, we're crossing into final fight territory.
Yeah, let's see though if this truly is the final fight of game 1. 83% for Pirates side. No sign of a Doctor Strange portal from anyone on AAAD's side yet. Vital does eventually fall. Illicit swapped off of the Daredevil and goes to the Phoenix. Finally now we're seeing more hit scan damage, more range from AAAD's side. But I'm looking now, potential cap right at 97%.
Ooh.
Better late than never.
That is good for AAAd. They finally get the retake down, and now they're leading in terms of ultimate economy. Vital is close to the Apex Predator. Hoodie invests into the Royal Flush, but AAAD's double stacked. No Smite, Freedom Charge, and Winsker Kumiho.
Kumiho is out, but on the point directly. Is that going to be enough to stall out all these players? The answer seems to be yes. It was forcing FunFun to run away. He's forced to proc out his extra shields, and that's a good start. Katie, unfortunately, not long for this world. Rocco is swapped to the Mantis and gets more damage output, too. I like this swap from AAAd. They still retain point control.
Yeah, but you probably could argue it might have been a misplay. A bit of a communication error between No Smite and Winsker. They both popped their ultimates at the exact same time when you could have probably staggered them out and then see how the fight goes. Winsker or No Smite could easily have saved one of those ultimates, but with Pirates looking to get that retake down and AAAd only having the It's Jeff to rely on in terms of defensive ultimates, Pirates have a chance to come back here.
They're gonna have to play a big poke game. AAAd can't lose any bodies right now. This next fight.
Oh my god!
Oh, their ultimates! No Smite wins the 1v1. Return falls. Holding on to the point still. This could be a big turnaround point for AAAD side. A Raging Royal Flush is not ready for Hoodie just yet. He's got to go for the heals. Glartrox is out. Apex Predator on its way. And even then, taking these 1v1s, Rocco falls. A huge turnaround maybe now on Pirate's side. They are working well together on the Vanguard's end, having point control. You lose it now. I don't even think overtime is a possibility. But even then, bodies are falling left and right. AAAd cannot force a stagger here. Even the It's Check may not be enough to get everyone off the point.
Rocco. Oh, what a catch!
Falling quickly, and Pirates take
What a
game
catch!
one.
Oh my god! I think that was Kaidia on the Rogue. The catch onto the Mantis trying to pop the ultimate and just speed right on through to try to extend that fight, stall enough for the portal to come in. What a catch! Oh my goodness, Pirates are just looking dominant. Although there were some hiccups in that second round, AAAd found signs of life, but Pirates just win it out in the end. What a hero play from Kaidia catching out Rocco there.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, we were expecting Pirates to have their Rogue banned out back in the drafting phase. Instead, focusing on more backline potential could have worked out well, but unfortunately was not to be. Hopefully maybe in game 2 we get to see more Vanguard-related bans, because FunFun Katie in return dominated the entire storyline of that point.
Oh boy. And so far, I mean, it was a 2-0 in terms of sub-maps inside of this map number 1 in favor of Pirates, but it was really close between the two. It was getting very competitive, but unfortunately You gotta go back to that little bit of a misplay, right? When No Smite and I think it was Closet. No, it was Winsker. No Smite and Winsker popping their defensive ultimates at the exact same time might have spelled the doom on that second round, and Pirates were able to take full advantage of it and are able to capitalize and win out here in map number 1. But now the map choice goes over to AAAd. What map did they decide to go for? I'm looking back in my notes, right? The last time they played each other back in MRC Grand Finals, AAAd decided to go for Araco when they lost a map. We'll see if that's the same option, but they did go for other options as well. They also chose Burn T'Challa, but then Pirates also chose Museum, but AAAd, will they go for that Araco pick? Is that a comfort option for them? We're going to find out because we're going to have to go to a break, so we'll be back and figure that out in a moment's time.
气贯长龙。
Thank goodness this book has pictures.
Let's get go!
AAAd had the chance to recreate history by taking a map off of Pirates and ending their flawless streak in preseason. Wasn't to be. They almost could have done what they did back in MRC. They couldn't do it on any of their domination points. We'll have to wait and see though if they can maybe make something new happen as we go into map 2.
Yeah, we'll see what the map pick is for AAAd. It looks like they actually did lock in their option. We're going to the Museum of Contemplation, a map that's been if you've been seeing Ignite preseason here in Asia, you know there's been a lot of full holds, and it looks like AAAd also chose to go on the attack side first. Maybe we might not see a full hold, considering that AAAd do have a chance to push right on through, but then again, the team that picked the attacking side first usually got full held most of the time here in Asia, so hopefully AAAd do go for something crazy and at the very least play to perfection to the point that they're able to at least venture a little bit further in the museum.
Look, every time we've seen Contemplation today, we have not seen that convoy go past the very first point. It's been a full spawn hold. We've seen the closest so far, I believe, being N1 Hex making it 0.01 meters, but no one has gotten to P2. And starting off on the attack, AAAd This was the grand finals map. I believe it was map 5, and it did not go well for them against Pirates. I don't have the highest hopes, Dan, but I'm hoping the best.
I mean, then again, it's one of those curveball options we talked about, right? It's the newest map in the current map pool. Not technically, all teams have the least amount of experience on this map as a whole. Maybe AAAd are cooking up something special here, but Pirates are gonna have to play it out here in the museum. So we'll see how both these teams navigate the ban draft and just see if we see a mirror pick ban scenario, or if AAAd decide, hey, maybe we start to stray away a little bit from the meta and try to start banning things out, picking things out for the comp that they want to go for, because they are on the attacking side. They're gonna have to get one hell of a rollout if they want to get that momentum throughout this entire map.
I guess the big question is whether or not we're going to see a full just team composition change. We saw some teams get pretty silly earlier by bringing out flyers like Human Torch and Iron Man and Ultron for their defense and attack sides. Maybe we could see something drastically different from AAAD's end to catch Pirates off guard, but because of how Pirates play, both their big picture and small picture play styles have looked really good. It's not going to be an easy, surefire victory no matter what AAAD do.
Yeah, AAAD, I feel like always have been in the back foot for the most part. There were some times where AAAD did have the advantage, but it wasn't for very long, right?
No,
Pirates were able to just yoink it right back for them. And we'll see if Pirates are able to do the exact same thing here in map number 2. AAAD, again, we're going to have to see something crazy out of them if they want to break through what Pirates do cook up on the defensive side, because Pirates, they could easily go for the Loki Adam composition, but AAAD know that they couldn't handle that very well when they played Pirates back in MRC, so AAAD surely are going to just shut down Aztec's Loki before they start to think about going for the resurrection composition.
I mean, what's the path to victory, Dan? Like, what can AAAD do that literally no other team in this region has been able to do thus far? Just take one map off of Pirates.
I mean, it's really going to come down to how AAAD decide to structure their team composition, because they can run dive, they can run standard front to back. It's just a matter of which one do they go for more, or do they go for a little bit of both, right? You can go for a dive composition, but if you have something like the Star-Lord or maybe even the Phoenix to at least reel back to a different composition if it doesn't work out, could be beneficial. You don't have to go straight into the spawn room to switch out a different composition. You can just go right back into your safety net and then just move on the fight that way, so that you at least stay in that neutral area, keep a little bit of that map control. And we'll see if AAAD decide to go for that kind of adjustment, or do they just go all in on the dive or all in on the anti-dive as well.
I just really, really, really hope, Dan, that we don't get to see a spawn hold again. For the third time.
I've seen enough. Enough is enough. We've seen too many. I want to see more of the museum.
Yes!
I haven't seen,
there's so many exhibits!
It's been 84 years since I've last seen the second checkpoint of the Museum of Contemplation. Please, Pirates,
right.
please, AAAD, please show us something.
Well, be the last map of the day, Dan. We get to see AAAD star up on the attacking side, Museum of Contemplation. These picks and bans have to work excellently for them if we want to have a chance for them not to be spawn held.
And to be honest, in that last map, Pirates and AAAD, they went toe-to-toe in that ban draft. I don't think I have any sort of criticism in terms of who messed up during the ban draft, because I really felt like both teams did really, really well. And we'll see if that translates over here. AAAD starting things off with the Mantis first ban. That's something that has been common lately here in the Asia region as well. You have the Gambit first ban available. You also have teams doing the Elsa first ban. But now we see Mantis first bans coming in and starting to become a little bit more popular.
I feel like it's kind of like a psychological warfare too, and this is just me talking off the top of my head here, but you ban Mantis first, you don't ban the power players, forces teams to reserve those power picks instead, which means that maybe more safety picks aren't going to be used anymore that they've grown accustomed to, given that they're normally banned. So like you reserve Elsa, you reserve Gambit, maybe means you're not reserving something that a particular player is comfortable on, say, for example, return on Daredevil, which means it could be banned out.
Yeah, but now Pirates, they get the one-sided Gambit once again for Hoodie. But then again, AAAd though, they got Rocco on the Elsa Bloodstone now. So they're yeah, that's gonna be a really scary look, because Rocco, if you haven't seen this guy play Elsa Bloodstone, oh boy. You're about to see some absolute banger gameplay, but look at this though. Pirates are gonna match it. They will save the Elsa for themselves. AAAd are banning things that complement the Gambit, which is the great approach here. So they take away the Star-Lord, they take away the Daredevil. Daredevil's also synergizes really well with Gambit Ultimate, so that's gonna be off the table as well. And now AAAd have to think about their final save. It's gonna be the Vanguard Deadpool. And we'll see if Pirates are gonna take away the Jeff here. It's gotta be the correct move here, right?
Yeah, I don't
try to
doubt
deny
it.
the team up.
Deny the team up. Also denies very long range heals that AAAd could use to their advantage. Luna Snow, Ultron hovers. Oh, okay. The Ultron hover I'm not against.
It's fine. AAAd could have used it.
Like, it's not terrible.
At least,
but...
I mean, it's not terrible. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just like, yeah, I understand what. Like, I see the vision, right? AAAd could have used the Ultron to amplify the damage of Rocco with that 10% damage boost with the drone, and then maybe try to, at the very least, try to squeak out a little bit extra damage to get those eliminations. But now the question is, how the ban draft is over. It's all set in stone, right? How does AAAd decide to go for the spawn break? You have different ways to break on through, but we'll see what the plan is. Quasit is already looking to stay on the Jeff. Duba even getting the Vanguard Deadpool means that Rocco is empowered with the team up. Jeff is also empowered with the team up. No Smite contemplating if you should go for the Captain America or the Venom. I mean, the Venom could be a great option to further amplify what Quasit wants to do, because AAAd, they're running a 2-strategist composition at the current moment. No Smite, if he does go for the Jeff, Quasit could really be enabled here.
My worries that AAAd are not running shields outside of No Smite's smaller Captain America shield means that we could see a lot more of the back and midline be exposed. Has to be a fight here. Every team we've seen so far today start off Museum of Contemplation, Dan, has its spawn held.
Wait, look at this rotation coming in from No Smite and Quasit. They're already in the back line of Pirates. I don't think anyone on Pirates have any idea. Yeah, but yeah, that's the problem. Soulbon only can do so much. Return and Kaidia are able to open things up, and No Smite and Quasit, I think they finally got spotted out, so they're gonna have to fight for their life. But at the very least, No Smite does have Quasit.
You just left everybody else as a sacrifice. Like,
I mean, they were trying.
Maybe that plan could work, but not against Pirates.
I mean, I guess the theory is Duba was gonna try to get his ultimate as soon as possible to try to soak up as much damage, and then try to mark out one of the back lines to, at the very least, deny them from the fight. But AAAd makes us eat our words. They're able to just blink and you miss it, take over that fight, and now AAAd are able to break things open. Pirates do have one more fight to try to deny AAAd from getting any more space. But AAAd, what a way to start.
Yeah, AAAd going for a straight fight felt a lot more confident up for the team, working well. Vitals down again. Tuba, I can see why a lot of people want a fan pool off of him. Looking great. That 1v1 Vitals Elsa. looking fantastic thus far, pushing every defender back beyond P1. This could be the first and only time we've seen today or anything beyond .1. But still plenty of time left on the clock for Pirates to take it back. Rocco for the revenge. Kadia falls. And we could very well see Apex Predator come out here and Launch Truck fell. Right off a cliff you go. And that's going to be fun for Hoodie. Final, everybody's gone. Triple KO for the hands of Rocco.
Yeah, but Pirates invest everything to try to stall out even further, but they're not able to get the job done in the end. Portal even invested by Kaidia, and they're not able to get any sort of value out of it. Great push coming from AAAd. That first fight looked a bit rough. It really did look like parts of AAAd were getting caught out, but they were able to recover quickly, and they're able to keep this Batmobile going.
Backing up now. 4 ults available for AAAd, soon to be 5 with Tuba at 91%. Pirates have to make major changes, and return swapping off of the Ultron into the Namor is going to help out with Snow Snipe poking into the back line, making things very uncomfortable for our strategists. And guess what? It just keeps on going. Another big group fight, and Pirates need to have a chance to turn this around. It's certainly not going their way. They have to use this elevation to their advantage. Big Karmic Revival coming out. Well pointed out, Dan. No Spikes back into the fray, and these should be countered out by returns Namor a lot more than before. I'm wondering where this Horn of Proteus will go once it's at 100.
Yeah, but the big question is, when does Hoodie decide to pull the trigger on the Rage Royal Flush? He does get pressured for a little bit, but Winsker is there to make sure the team is sustained. But with the Eternal Bond up, 2 players still go down.
Oh no, not the place you want to be in whatsoever. Self-res coming out from Illicit's side. It's going to be more players in the back end finding value. It's anybody's game at this point. Convoy still needs to make its way up that hill. This needs to be Pirates' prime time to take this back defensively. This is the most defensive part of the whole map.
Yep, this is very, very defender-sided. It's very difficult if you're on the attacking side to break it through this defense. Nospa even pops the Freedom Charge to try to sustain AAAd throughout this fight, but with Pirates having that invisible boundary one-sided means that Closet has to come up huge with the It's Jeff, but it's not the most reliable strategist ultimate to rely on.
Yeah, especially on an elevation like this, it can get wonky depending on what Y-axis you're on. We do have Apex Predator soon to be from Rocco's side. Release the little pet and see what kind of horror can come out, but maybe not. That's Rocco to fall early on. Okay, that's not a possibility. This is just an Elsa Haven. Double KO from Vital's side. And suddenly, everything's gone quiet. 3 ults on the arsenal now for Pirates.
Yeah, 4 now available as a return. Oh, actually, he pops the Horn of Proteus, trying to get some sort of pick onto AAAd, try to stagger their reset for just a little bit longer. But how does Pirates decide to navigate this defense? They have a lot of ultimates to work with as AAAd. They still have the Apex Predator. Illicit is close to that Karmic Revival. That's going to be the win condition here for AAAd. If Pirates are able to shut down this Adam Warlock quickly and efficiently, AAAd won't be able to push on further.
The seal has been broken. It's Jeff Van Hammer out. It's just a matter of seeing who can find value off of what. But Jeff just barely gets out, but can't survive. Kadia's back once again, doing so much extra value. Raging Royal Flush is set up and ready to go for Hoodie. Is he going to use it now? The answer is no. AAAd is so staggered out, they don't need to waste an ultimate just yet.
Vital is looking clean on this Elsa Bloodstone right now. It's already diffing Rocco at the current moment. Pirates have so many ultimates, and they're able to save it on up because every time they were able to win out these fights against AAAd, Pirates just don't invest in any ultimates apart from Kaidia on the Deadpool.
They haven't needed to yet. Fun's waiting for that Eternal Bond to come out, and surely with 35 seconds left, it has to be for this next push, right?
Surely, Winsker has to open things up with the Eternal Bond at the very least to help AAAd walk on in. Terror Capes are looking good, and that's going to allow Rocco to get the key pick onto Fun. So Winsker, when does he decide to pull the trigger? But he also needs to be careful because if he doesn't get to safety, 1, Fun's Meteor could shut him down, and 2, Return could also do the exact same thing.
One last attempt from AAAd for their attacking side. They have the chance to move the bus up the hill. Rocco's there, takes care of Aztec. This is it. Apex Predator still set up and ready. There's hope to bring things off of P2 into P3 and maybe a chance for a straight shot to the end. There it is though. Ultimates everywhere. Eternal Bond directly on top. It's met with a Meteor M. Shot! The ult sends it by the Cloak and Dagger. Finals out once again. Double KO. And Aztec, an invisible boundary could very well be set up, but it's just a matter of them coming back. Overtime, the beater goes down. No one on AAAd's there to meet up. The only one that was Rocco, and they're now in the grave.
Great counterplay. Just great counterplay coming in from Pirates. Able to shut down every single ultimate that AAAd were throwing at them. Meteor M to perfectly shut down the Eternal Bond. And then Hoodie almost getting eliminated through the Raging Royal Flush, but thankfully was able to keep himself alive to make sure that the rest of Pirates are enabled to get that damage boost down and get those key eliminations. And AAAd, though, were able to almost get it to the second checkpoint, but unfortunately are gonna get stopped there. But now with AAAd on the defensive side, at the very least, AAAd has a bit of a buffer to work with.
That's true. It's not like how we've seen Museum of Contemplation every other time today. You can actually go beyond point one.
30 seconds before
Yeah, you actually could lose some fights and be okay with it. But it's gonna be AAAd though. Still, you gotta play to perfection. You do have a lot of room to work with, but still, you still need to lock things in, play to absolute perfection. It's gonna be Illicit on the Adam Warlock, so it's gonna be up to Illicit if he's able to stay alive and get that ultimate as soon as possible. And once Pirates figure out that Illicit is the win condition for AAAd, Pirates could very well just try and find a way to shut him down quickly.
Hey, look, Pirates have already amped up their damage output. Return now on the Phoenix. Vitals there for the Elsa. Return, never mind. It's going to be on the Namor instead, recognizing now that there is going to be a Captain America into the back lines, poking away a Hoodie and Aztec. Let's see, though, if that makes a big difference or not. Fun Fun's leading the charge with the convoy, pushing its way pretty easily past this initial point. AAAd are giving a lot of space to Pirates to move up.
Yeah, they're respecting the fact that if Pirates do make a move and AAAd are caught overextended, Illicit could go down, and with that being the win condition, that's going to be really, really bad news. Illicit needs to stay alive and just output damage, make sure the team is getting healed, and get that Karmic Revival online so that if Pirates do invest a lot of their resources to getting eliminations onto AAAd, Illicit can just bring them right back.
No Smite's gone. That's going to be one major Vanguard off the table for AAAd. Ultimates are building up now. Pirates have a lot to work with. Early ultimates do come out, though. Tuba, fantastic back on the attack for this Deadpool, leading the charge. Not quite having that same statement, even with the Banhammer just brought out. This is looking like a very easy point one coming out from Pirate's side. Invisible Boundary is going to be the seal on the stamp to help things out. But we're looking at now 2 minutes 30 on the clock. Maybe here the Kumio is going to help out, but Wings are again losing HP rapidly fast. Not many places to go anymore. Back to the wall quite literally. Return once more, finding value not once but twice over. A double KO. That's going to be a very easy P1 for Pirates.
Yeah, Pirates are able to weather the storm, weather the threat that Illicit was able to provide on the Adam Warlock. Does he go for the res just yet? Nope, he's not going to be able to do it in time. Pirates get the first checkpoint, and they do it right before Illicit is able to get his Karmic Revival down. So,
oh no.
Great play coming in from Pirates. Are able to play fast, and they were able to do it efficiently.
Dan, I can see the future. Illicit, Karmic Revival, return, Horn of Proteus directly on the respawn point.
Ooh, that really could be devastating if Pirates are able to pull that off, but Vital is able to kick things off with a kidnap onto No Smite, so he's going to get taken down. That prompts the resurrection coming in from Illicit. The Karmic Revival will bring things back. Return's trying to find the whale, but with Illicit being so high up, I don't think Return has an angle to shut it down.
He can fly now!
He tried, but I don't think he was able to react in time. But then again, AAAd only resurrected 2 members with that Karmic Revival, so still going to be another 6v6, but half the team just evaporates.
Where is AAAd? You're right, gone! Like rains in a cloud, completely evaporated. That's gonna be Pirates.
Oh my God, that's it.
2-1. And that's it. Pirates, again, continuing their flawless streak. No maps lost in their Pro League Ignite run.
I think at this point we can say the Pirates are the best team in Asia coming in, and two, what a performance coming in as one of the MRC teams, being the top MRC team coming into Ignite. And so far now, they can confidently say that they're at the top of Ignite Asia now.
I honestly would argue Pirates might be at the top of the world from how they're playing. Obviously, we won't know yet until maybe we get our global events soon, but I mean, if Pirates keep this up, we could be seeing a team have a complete, flawless, dominant run all the way through playoffs, man.
And this is a great storyline to look at, right? This is a team that came together. A lot of these players have been dropped by other teams, other orgs, and now they formed this team under the Pirates banner and are just tearing up the entire Pacific region. And now winning, after getting a huge win back in MRC Pacific Season 6, and now coming into Ignite and doing so well, not dropping a single map thus far. This is a great look for Pirates as a whole. And I'm all for it, man. I like the storyline. I want to see this roster do so well. This is a team that has a lot of mechanical talent as well. Like Vital doing so well on Crazy Raccoon, Hoodie popping off when he was on Gen G as well, and then the rest of the roster just filing on in. They just look like a really well-oiled machine at this moment.
Every single esports organization in the world has to be in the DMs of Pirates. There's absolutely no way you can let this team escape and go orgless. They have to be picked up.
Hey, maybe if they make it to land, they become the next shopper bag. You never know.
Oh, maybe. I'd be
that would be
down for that.
that would be a really fun storyline. But for now, the story is just beginning for Pirates, right? They made it into Ignite. Now they're setting their sights to be the top seed going into playoffs. And I believe if you stay in the top 2 in this group, you automatically get a round 1 bye.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, for Pirates, I don't think they really need it. But considering the fact that they haven't lost a map in... God, when was MRC? What was that, end of March? Yeah, it was like mid-end of March.
It feels like a ways. It was almost a month ago.
A million years ago, dude. Like, they haven't lost a map in a month, man. At that top level game.
But then again, I know we're talking about Pirates as a whole, but you also gotta give a shout out to AAAd, right? AAAd doing pretty well over in MRC. They were also going on a tear throughout the entirety of MRC, but it really has been Pirates being the gatekeepers from any sort of significant wins. Yeah, AAAd are playing second fiddle to Pirates, but AAAd also being currently second in the group when you're playing against the likes of all of these talented rosters with these insane amount of players. AAAd are just as impressive, I would say.
Yeah, AAAd have been so impressive in my book too. I think there's a lot of teams that have the chance to catch up and maybe surpass AAAd, but each time we see them in the server, they have elevated themselves even more than before. While they're still not quite at Pirates level at times, I would say, I will say that each time we have seen betterness of them. I don't know. I really don't know if they can maintain that second place spot, but right now they do.
Yeah, I really think second place is really up in the air. Like, at this current moment, Pirates almost pretty much clinched the number 1 spot unless something disastrous happens on their end. But yeah. AAAd, Zero Tenacity, Rival, Reject, maybe even XOXO01 really could contest for that second place spot and really could be up in the air. It's going to come down to tomorrow if any of these teams are able to, at the very least, contest for that second place spot.
Yeah, I'm really curious. I think teams like EXO, maybe even Zero Tenacity have the chance to steal it away, but I think when it comes to our history with knowing AAAd, they have the chance to steal out an entire lower bracket run too. Maybe they would benefit from someone taking their second place slot. I don't know. Maybe if that happens, playoffs for preseason could end up the same exact way as Season 6 MRC.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But for now, that's still a while away, right? We got the entirety of playoffs. You got a bunch of best of 5s you got to play out, and then the grand finals being the best of 7. So a long road ahead for all of these teams if they want to make a deep run in playoffs. But for now, you got to start here and now. Make sure you get things done in the group stage to put yourself in a position where you can get that deep run.
That's right. We're getting set up and ready for our interview right now. They'll be ready in just a few moments. I'm very excited to get into the minds of Pirates because they have been just, they have something. They have something, and I don't know where it begins, and frankly, I don't think anyone knows where it ends, that they have just figured out about this game compared to everybody else in this region, and we gotta find out what that is.
Find out in a few moments time. I believe we are getting Kaidia on the phone from the Pirates roster in just a few moments, but again, incredible
ring.
stuff coming in from Pirates, and I am getting word from Jarvis that we do have Kaidia on the phone now, and I honestly can't wait to just get a glimpse of what he's up to. All right, so we got Kaidia on the phone. Hello, Kaidia. How are you today?
Hello. I'm good. Hello, how are you?
Doing great, man. Doing great. So, first question, how would you elevate your individual performance in this match?
Yep. I was very satisfied with the first set, but I think I performed well in the second set.
Okay.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Is there anyone on your team that really stood out? Someone that really hard carried today in your big win?
I think, I think my team. Yeah, not only one person, just our team. Our team.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
everyone stood out, man.
Yeah,
And,
everyone.
you know, in every single game you've played, you have played your role phenomenally. You've had some of the best coordination I've seen. How do you communicate when you're going to go deep dive in these critical plays?
We play a lot of ranked games together, so we mostly communication to about gameplay. So there wasn't any special communication, but I think everyone did well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that'll wrap us up here for the interview. Thank you so much, Kaidia, for
Thank you so
joining
much.
us. Thank you, and we hope you celebrate with your team, and we hope to see you in the future throughout Ignite. Thank you so much, Kaidia.
Thank you so much.
Kaidia.
Thank you.